How old were you when you got scammed by the man you loved? Me? I was 58 years old. He didn't just break my heart, he broke my life. He left me with nothing. No money, no safety net, no dignity. But what he didn't know, he didn't know the real me. Because what he didn't know is that I would rise from those ashes. And this is the story of how I went from betrayed and broke to rebuilding a life of purpose, power, and of peace on my own terms, not his terms. So if you've ever been lied to or manipulated or left behind, this one's for you. It has taken me 3 long years to crawl out of the dark hole that he put me into. But today, at 61, I'm no longer hiding. I'm standing up, I'm speaking out, and using the very platform that I once feared, which is YouTube, to take my life back and possibly help other women do the same, because that is my goal, that is my vision, to help any woman I can not go through what I went through. So this is my story, and maybe it's yours too. I'm Eleni, and welcome to my chapter 2, and I'm so proud of it. I was 58 when my entire life fell apart because I believed in the wrong person. It took me 3 painful years to heal, to rebuild, and finally say, enough is enough. I can't go on like this any longer. So now at 61 years old, I've started this YouTube channel to share my story and expose the red flags and remind every woman watching this, you can take your life back too. Because I know I am not the only one that this has happened to. In this video, I would like you through what happened when I was scammed, what the next 3 years looked like, and how starting this channel became my life. I was about 58 years old, and I thought I had finally found someone safe. He said all the right things. He was charming. He was entertaining. He was well-spoken. He was handsome. And he would tell me things like, I'll take care of you. You don't need to worry about money. I'm here. We're building a life together. Slowly, I stopped asking questions. I started trusting. And that's when the red flags started. He discouraged me from working so much. He asked for access to financial accounts. He got angry when I questioned expenses. He started to suggest investments in certain things that he would take care of. And by the time I realized the truth, it was way too late. I had lost $800,000 because of this and because of believing in someone. I had no safety net. I had no hope for the future. I had nothing to help my children with. And just like in that dream that I had months earlier where I woke up and all the furniture in my house was gone and he had taken everything, he literally took everything from me. And not only did he take everything from me, but he left me facing a federal court case. And that is something I will go into at another time because I'm just not ready to talk about that yet. So here I am at 58 years old, left with zero, and I was left to clean up the wreckage of my life. I was set for the rest of my life. Now I found myself with zero. What followed was the darkest season of my life. I could barely get out of bed. I could not even think what to do. I was so embarrassed of what I had done and who I had believed in, when everybody else around me had seen it but me. And for 3 years, I lived in survival mode. I couldn't go back to the job I had. That was due to the federal court case. And so I basically had nothing. I worked odd jobs, just scraping by, and then had to get a retail job at 60 just to make ends meet. I isolated myself out of shame. I withdrew from all my friends. I barely spoke to anyone. There would be days and days on end when I would just be sitting on the couch watching TV, could not even move, couldn't eat, couldn't drink. I wouldn't even get out of the house. Deep down inside, though, I knew that if I didn't fight for myself, no one else would. I started to get to the point where I was embarrassed in front of my children because they were like, Mom, what is happening? You need to go out and do something. I started watching YouTube channels and I saw how people would share those stories, but I would think, oh, there's no way in hell I could do that. I can't talk about this with anyone. Everyone would think that I'm a fool. Because how can I, an intelligent, strong woman at the age of 58, where I can stop and enjoy my life, have this happen to me and start from the beginning? I kept watching these videos and I kept thinking, and it was playing around in my head of what I could do. I started writing in a journal, and even getting up and brushing my teeth was a win at that point in my life. I created what I now call my silent victory tracker, which I have linked down below. It was a way to see myself rebuilding, even when the world couldn't. Then one day, I watched a video of a lady who started a YouTube channel at 50. She had nothing, just a story. And I thought, if she could do it, if she can speak, maybe I can too. I didn't have a fancy camera. I didn't know how to edit videos. I didn't even know how to record videos. But I had a voice and I had something real to say. So I put my big girl panties on and I hit that record button, which was, I have to say, the hardest thing I have ever had to do, I think. You may not think so, but sitting and talking to a camera, even if it's in your own home and you're by yourself, is so difficult. But I did it because I knew I had something to share, something very important to share. That moment, simple as it was, marked the beginning of my comeback. I started talking about healing after betrayal. I started warning women about financial manipulation. I was telling everyone how I wanted to build a community of other women who'd been in the same situation and had been through it too. And something inside me clicked that this was not going to be just a channel. It was my lifeline, my way of showing other women, you're not broken, you are rebuilding, just like I am. So if my story can help 100 women and 10 of them avoid the trap that I fell into, that would be worth every single moment of this journey. If you grow your voice on YouTube and one day monetize your truth, you turn your pain into purpose. That's what I'm doing now. That is my vision. And if you've been through something similar, you can too. Share your story. You are not the only one out there feeling like this. There are so many women out there in the same situation. You're not alone. Let me leave you with some red flags that I wish I had taken serious. He wanted to take control over my money. He wanted to take control over my investment. He discouraged independence, work, friends, opinions, because his opinion was the only opinion. He used manipulation. He used guilt to make me feel selfish when I asked questions. Always turned it around that it was my fault and that I did not trust him. He moved fast emotionally, financially, physically. If someone rushes your trust, they're probably hiding something. And if your gut is screaming at you, listen to it. When our gut screams at us, we have a tendency to ignore it because we try to justify those feelings. But please do not ignore it. Listen to your gut. Listen to your inner self. You will never go wrong. Trust is earned, not demanded. So yes, I was 58 years old when I lost everything, but I was 61 when I said no more. I was 61 when I decided to speak up. I was 61 when I chose to help other women avoid what I went through, when I took my power back and my life back. And if you're in that dark season right now, I promise you, you're not too old. You're not too late. This is your chapter 2. Get up, hit that record button, and share your voice because somebody out there has to listen to it. They need to listen to it. They want to listen to it. Help somebody that is in the same situation as you are. And this is my chapter 2. I'm walking it with you. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. Tell me your story. What silent victory are you celebrating today? What struggle have you gone through? Who manipulated you? Who is bringing you down? Share your story. Share it with me. Let me know what that is. And just know, you don't have to be loud to be powerful. You just need to begin your own story and share that with the world. So until next time, be strong. Have a strong, loud voice. Share it with the world. And I will see you in the next video.